Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021, and we're in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. And I say this because during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are controlling the price. At the end of the day, the last hour, and particularly the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in, they make their buying and selling decisions, they move the price, they take the price control away from the day traders and the algorithms. And in my opinion, those prices are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from. And I believe it adds an edge to your trading in the long run. So that is why I am primarily an end of day trader with my swing trades. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I always look forward to this time of the day. I'm very grateful that we have such a great group, so many great contributors, and a nice little trading family where we can talk a little shop during the day. And so thank you all for coming. I hope that the time that you spend here is helping to improve your trading and your investing. So, all right, well, green day today. Currently, the Dow Jones is up 252 points, up 0.75%. NASDAQ is also up 99 points, up about 0.75%, and the S&P is up 27, up 0.65%. So nice green day after yesterday's shellacking. So grateful to see some green today. All right, so here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them moving forward. I did have some day trades today. I will share those with you. Then we're going to go over to the board and we're going to take a look at my students' positions. And I see lots of green over there. So that looks really good. Glad for that. And we'll go through each one and see how everyone's doing. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. You know, I mention this each day, everyone, but listen, it is the truth. The most important skill you can ever acquire in trading is the skill of discipline and following your plan. There's no other way around it, everybody. If you're just shooting from the hip and you're just making discretionary decisions and you don't know what you're doing, you may make some money in the short run, sure, but in the long run, it's going to be very difficult. You need a process, you need a plan, you need to account for everything in your plan. And the trading psychology and the discipline comes in following that plan. When the market's closed, great. Very easy to go, oh yeah, if it does this, I'm going to do that and that, I'm going to do this, right? But when the lights are blinking and your emotions are running high and there's money on the table, you can override that pretty quick because you have a feeling or whatever. I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about, but let's try to remember following your plan, following the process of your plan gives you the best chance to be a long-term profitable trader. And that's what we all want, right? So I'm going to touch base on that. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements before I enter a trade. First, I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up ideally on multiple time frames. Number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio. Extremely important. This year I have been bound and determined to be even more persnickety about my risk to rewards, and it has really paid off. So I can just tell you from personal experience that really drilling down and getting specific about my risk to reward ratios and making sure I have at least 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, even better, right? And then number 3, just make sure you have a total trade plan. Know where you're position size for volatility, know where your emergency stop is, know your end of day stop is, know what your profit targets are, know where your overhead resistance levels are, know how to trail your stop with a good solid trailing stop plan so you don't give back all of your profits. But make sure you have a plan. And other things to think about correlation. How many positions do I have? Am I taking a new position today? Is it correlated? Do I have 3 or 4 others that are in the same industry? Well, you might want to look outside of equities. Gold, bonds, silver, dollar, coffee, rough rice. I used to trade rough rice when I traded futures. I don't know if any of you know what that is. But anyway, so I'm going to go down through the watch list, go down through the Kamal scanner. I do have some end of day candidates. At the end of the day, I will go through, pick through them, look for those 3 requirements. And if I find something that looks good, I will go ahead and place the trade before the end of the day. That's the plan. All right. And then after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close of the day. All right. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please just wait till the end of the day so the market's closed. I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and the pressure is off. All right, so hang in there for about 40 seconds. I'll be back, and I'll see you after the the required U.S. legal disclaimer. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Brian is here. Brian M. Hey, good to see you, Brian. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Brian says, hey guys, thoughts on you? Me personally, or just kidding? Unity software. Well, David has Unity software. At least I have him in there. It's a beautiful bullish engulfing bar. It is a V1. It's a higher low V1. My only thoughts on this one here, Brian, is that the risk to reward doesn't look that great. Right here, right about where David bought, the halfway of the washout bar, to me, that would be the most reasonable stop level if you bought it today. From here to here. Do I think it can go up at least twice that? I don't think so. I mean, I think you have the 50-day moving average right here. I mean, who knows, right? I mean, it could go up, but all I can do is look at the indicators, look at the moving averages. If we got a 520 crossover tomorrow, you probably get some buyers. Weeklies, it's forming. It's okay. It's okay. Me personally, I would just wait for the 520 crossover. You may pay a higher price, but you might get over this fractal here. You might get over this high here. It's 48.54. Of course, we're going to probably run into some 50 RSI resistance. I would rather pay a higher price, get the 520 crossover, and have that 50 RSI below me. Brian says, Kamal, is it time for shop? Well, Kamal is the shop expert, so we'll let Kamal answer that. Tracy says, good afternoon, Greg and group. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to our lesson tonight with you and Paxton. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, and maybe you could answer that question for Brian. Lova, and by the way, Kamal, thank you for everything that you do for this channel with your input and your scanner and your friendship. Very much appreciate that. Lova is here. Lova, good to see you, buddy. Hope you are having a good day. Christopher Uhl is here. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Chris is over at 10-Minute Stock Trader on YouTube. Go over, support his channel. He has great interviews with traders from all over the world. Chris says, hey, everyone, glad to be here again today. Thank you for your daily show, Greg. You are certainly welcome, Chris. And good seeing you, and hope you're having a good day. Lova says, WDC. Not bad. Not bad. Under over 50. False breakout to the downside. V1 over the 50 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Caught support on the 1 ATR channel beneath it on the weekly. Yeah, I kind of like it. Leva says CGC. Yeah, bounce off the 200-day. That's always good. A little bit of a V1. Rejected the negative third ATR channel. Did we go under 30, over 30? Yes, we did. Looks good. Looks good. I like on the weekly how we also rejected the 100-day moving average. What's that? Canopy growth. Looks pretty good. Good analysis. Hi, Frank. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel as well, Frank. All your contributions and great poems. Appreciate that. Miko is here. Good to see you, Miko. Hope you are having a good day, my friend. Nigma is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, good to see you, Nigma. Hope you're having a good day. Jonathan, good to see you. Evening, Greg and group. We are learning every day from you. Thanks. You are certainly welcome. I learn things from you as well. And so looking forward to our lesson next Sunday. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Nice to have you here. It's always an honor and a privilege to have Steve Burns in the live stream with us, and hope you and Holly are doing well. And thank you for all your contributions to this channel, Steve, and mean that. Nigma says, CGC rejected the previous day's close too, Leva. Previous day is closed? Yeah. Yeah. We went under, back over. 37.23. I think it looks fairly decent. I like on the weekly that we rejected the 200-day moving average and the negative 1 ATR channel. It's up pretty big today. Yeah, that one could go. Maybe. Who knows, right? Steve says today VIX returned to where it started yesterday. This is a signal of a range-bound market. Yes, I actually had to get out of my VIX. I'll show you why when we go through my positions. Kamal says, Brian, seems all right. 2.39% risk to 1,110. It has earnings on the 28th. Maybe a pre-earnings run. I may not buy it. Okay. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you are having a good day, my friend. Hope trading's going well for you. Kamal says snow. All right, I have snow down on my list, Kamal, so I'm going to wait till I get down to that, but I definitely have it, and we are going to look at it. Ava, oh, okay. THC, that's a symbol. Yeah, pretty good. Higher low V2. I always feel like Scrooge here, but this is a little high for me. I don't take V1s, V2s if they're at or above the 1 ATR channel. See how here it rejected it, see how here it rejected it, and we're stuck right there. But you know, it's okay. It's just a little high for my taste. IBB. Same. Looks like it, I guess it triggered a V2, but here you have the 100, you have the 50-day right above. Did trigger the fractal. Could be good. RSI is only 45.90. Weekly looks good. Weekly looks good. I mean, it could easily run up here to 164 if you look at the higher time frame on the week. I don't think I would buy it on the daily. I would, if I was going to buy IBB, I would probably just buy it here, position size using the ATR value of the weekly, the 2 ATR value of the weekly, buy fewer shares and trade it, because I like the weekly much better than the daily. I think the daily is short term, a little overbought there. And COWN, Cowan Group. Not a V1, not a crossover. A lot of volume yesterday to the downside, not so much to the upside. I think I like IBB the best. Steve says IBB has a new, oh, Steve says, okay. So IBB has a 530 EMA crossover. So I did not notice that crossover. So let me put that over here. Thank you, Steve, for letting us know about that. Do I have a 530 handy? I don't. Shoot. Let me do this then. Okay. 5 and oh, okay. What's happening? IBB. Yes, there you go. There's the IBB 530 crossover, which is good. I was looking for a 520 crossover. I didn't see it. Yeah, there you go. Let me write that down. Perfect, yes. Nice little 520 or 530 crossover there. Okay, so let me put this down here. Oh, yeah, I've got it. All right, here we go. Lily is hot here. Good to see you, Lily. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. Steve says, Greg, can you see what the... Yes, I will look at that. It has been getting down there, hasn't it? All right, so Steve's looking for what the RSI was at the lows today on INDA. This is really sold off. Let's take a look, Steve. Looks like about 32.32 is what I see, Steve. About 32.32. We're at the negative sixth ATR channel. That's getting pretty extreme to the downside when you get to the negative sixth ATR channel. It's hard to get down there. And many times it bounces, and you might have a V1 here as well, but it got to 32.32 at least on mine. All right, let's get started. So AGQ having a big day, up 6.34% today. Gary and I did buy AGQ with the return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2 on the weekly. We bought at 49.36. It's currently, I'm sorry, 43.96. It's currently 48.64. This trade has been a good one. This trade up so far 9.5%. Just in a couple weeks. So this has been great. You can see this is my profit target here, 49.27. Hard to get profit targets on the weekly, but you know, it definitely could get there. So this has been a wonderful, wonderful trade, and it's, you know, most of it, 2/3 of it came today, up 6.23%. Budweiser. I did buy Budweiser with Johan, Frank, Gary, David, and myself. We bought a higher low V2 in the value zone while MACD was positive. Bought it at 62.91. It's 69.58. This trade up 10.71% so far this month. So this has been excellent. CVS. I bought CVS here. False breakout to the downside. V2 in the value zone, 75.03. It has just gone beautifully up, up, up. I better throw in my trailing stop level. We may have got there. 1.84. Oh yeah, I'm at trailing stop for sure. Which means now if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will sell half. We got up to a 65 RSI, so that makes the trade easy. If I have a close below the 5 EMA now, I'll get out of the whole thing. And I hit two profit targets today, 76.46 and 77.03. So this has been a really nice trade. I don't know percentage-wise. 2.24. Not too bad in a week. especially on a stock like CVS. Gold, had a really nice trade on gold. I bought it back here with a 520 crossover at 162.75. Gapped up the next day, hit some profit targets, came back down. Day after that, we closed below both the 5 and the 20. Those were my reasons for taking the trade. So I got out of half, but I did keep half. And we've moved up ever so nicely ever since then. Did hit 2 profit targets today. One at 167.25 and one at 168.02. So this trade, now I've scaled out, so this is not my percentage, but from entry to exit on this one, 3.14%. Goldman Sachs. I did buy Goldman Sachs along with David. I took a half position here. I bought it at 335.28 with the 520 crossover, moved up nicely. Had to sell half yesterday because I took the trade with the 520 crossover. It closed below both the 5 and the 20, so I got out of half as a precautionary measure, but it back up today. So I'll stay in this trade until I get a 520 cross back under, but hopefully it will rally. I don't know, but slightly down on the trade now. But up on the day. Light. All right. I think Lily, no, just myself. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1, bullish engulfing bar, bought it at 91.74. It's 92.89. It is up 1% today and up on the trade. No profit targets yet, but pretty good. Merck. I did buy Merck on the weekly along with Jonathan, and that's it. Jonathan, higher low V2, bought it at 77.42. It's currently 79.36, and it is up 2.44% on the trade so far. SPY, overnight SPY trade. Of course, I buy the SPY every day at the close, hold it overnight, sell the first thing next morning. This was a losing trade. I bought at 412.17. I got out at 411.55, right at the low. Then it reversed back up. Of course, I'll be buying this today at the close. And then lastly, VIX. I did buy the VIX back here at 998 with an under 30, over 30, and a V2. I bought it here at 998, moved up nicely, took some profit targets. It did get 1.5 ATRs for my entry and then came back to my entry. So earlier today, when it got back to my entry at 998, I got out of the trade. So it still was a profitable trade because I took profits on parts of it when they were at profitable levels. And then when it got back to my entry point, whenever I move 1.5 ATRs, if it comes back to my entry, that's a bad sign. And so I don't want to let a nice winning trade turn into a losing trade. So this one is done for me. Apple. Okay. I did have a good day trade earlier in the day on Apple. Where did it go? Ah, where did my trade go? Ah, shucks. I think I accidentally erased it. Oh well. It was a good trade. I guess you just have to believe me. I did have another day trade on Verizon. I'm looking at shorting Verizon today, so that's why I was looking for some type of short on Verizon, and here it was. It was a lower high V1 to the downside. We lost the 50 RSI. I shorted at 58.26. I covered part at 58.18, and I'm still in this trade. If it keeps going my way, I'll just keep it. I'm looking at a short trade today with a double top with a bearish divergence, false breakout to the upside, V1 to the downside. So I am looking, but I am currently short right now from 58.26. All right. I don't know why I lost my Apple trade. All right, let's go over to your positions here. This is Bruce. Bruce bought a Illumina. Yep. He bought it right here. False breakout to the downside. V2. I think I accidentally erased some of my stuff. Oh, and I think I erased his entry. And it was right here at the close. We'll just call it 40407. And yesterday, day after, came down, tested the halfway of the washout bar, closed above. Today, tested it again, went back up on the day, slightly down on the trade. Beyond Meat, David bought Beyond Meat with a 520 crossover at 137.28, moved up originally, came back down. Then we had the 520 cross under. It is up today. I'm not sure if David's still in it. You have to update me on that, David. ELY, Frank bought ELY back here at 27.75. Nice higher low bullish engulfing bar V1, bought it at 27.75. It's 29.33. Nice big up day today, up 5.46% on this trade. Expedia, I still have Quad. I don't know if Quad's still in it. Higher low V2, Expedia 173.98, went up nicely. I was in this trade as well. Came back down. I had to get out because it closed below my end of day stop, and then it just took right back off, right? Completely rude, but that's how it goes. And so I don't know if Quad's with us today, but if he still has it, glad to see that up for him. NVAX. All right. So this is Frank. Frank bought NVAX all the way back here at 135, moved up over 100%. Huh, you heard me right. It moved up 100%. He sold 90% of his position, 10% he left on, and it's gone down substantially since then, but he's still nicely up on the trade. Nike. Steve had a nice trade on Nike. Nike bought the bounce, bought Nike with the bounce near the 30 RSI, the rejection of the 200-day. He bought it at 126.90. It's currently 129.58, up 1.95%. So nice going there, Steve. We talked about you, higher low V1. Looks like David bought it. No. I think David bought the 520 crossover at 109.90. It untriggered and then had a huge day up today. I talked about this earlier. I don't think I would buy this after this big bar because, again, I don't think the risk to reward ratio is all that great. But I would probably wait for the 520 crossover. Spotify. All right, so David bought Spotify with a 1030 EMA crossover at 292.80. Believe it all uncrossed yesterday. I have a feeling David is still not in this. Hopefully not, because it's down another 3.36%. And then lastly, CMG. Frank bought CMG at 14.52. With the 520 crossover, been a great trade. Down a little bit on the day today, down 1.94%, but up 3.53% on the trade. And that's the most important part, right? Okay. Brianna is here. Hi, Brianna. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. What are you buying today? I'm not sure yet, Brianna. Later on in the podcast, I'll be going through my potential end-of-day trades, potential end-of-day setups that I'll be looking for a new trade. So I will definitely let you know if you stay tuned, but I will get to that shortly. Frank has a poem for us. This is perfect. Let me go ahead and put this in here like that. And let's see what Frank has for us today. The market is a tug of war, pulling the rope to see who gets more. But if you keep process and rules at your core, you'll avoid taking actions you'll be sorry for. You know, do you find a theme in Frank's poems? It's talking about having a process, having rules, staying safe. Rules are there to keep you safe. Sometimes following your rules will cost you, but other times not following your rules will cost you. So you can take comfort that following your rules is really the best thing to do, especially if your rules, have some good fundamental trading principles involved in them. So the market is a tug of war, pulling the rope to see who gets more. But if you keep process and rules at your core, you'll avoid taking actions you'll be sorry for. And you will be sorry, I promise you, if you have good rules in the long run, if you break them. Thank you, Frank. Excellent. The cues. Man, my charting software feels vulnerable today. You know how sometimes it goes off? Well, it is a V1 today. It rejected the 10-day moving average. It's okay. It didn't really reject much of it before it reversed back up. I just think it's too high to buy here. I would rather wait and buy in the value zone somewhere, I don't know, 10 points lower than where we are. You want to buy in the value zone. You want to sell above value zone. You're right here in purgatory. This could go either way. I mean, you could use the 10-day as your end of day stop, the 10 EMA. That would be valid. We're right in the middle of being above the 10, but I guess we're maybe above the 5 as well. But I mean, it doesn't jump out to me. Something I would want to just go ahead and buy right here. I would just be patient, try to wait for the value zone, try to wait for the 50, maybe even the 100. But yeah, I would not be chasing this at this point. All right. So before we start looking at end of day trades, before I start looking for my best end of day setup, I just want to talk a little bit about trader psychology. This is from my good friend Thomas Payne. He's on Twitter at TraderTPayne. He has a great channel. Thomas was a scientist, and he changed careers. He went from being a scientist over to being a full-time trader, and he really brought that scientific method with him over to trading. So I really enjoy all of Thomas's posts. He really gets into the granular details of trader psychology because he knows how important they are. Let's see what Thomas has to say. Traders obsess over finding the next big winner, but many of them don't even have a process to maximize on one when they find it. Instead of obsessing over the prize, start obsessing over developing a process to get you there. Just like Frank talked about process. Here's Thomas talking about process. Talk to any professional trader. They're not going to be focusing on just one stock, although they'll look for that stock. They'll be focusing on the process. Position sizing for the volatility. Knowing where your emergency stops are, knowing where your end of day stops are, knowing where profit targets are going to be, if any. Noticing where overhead resistance or levels are going to be. Having a trailing stop methodology. This is what it's about, everybody. If you want to obsess about something, obsess about your process. Developing your process, and also obsess about following your process. So traders obsess over finding the next big winner, but many of them don't even have a process to maximize on one when they find it. Instead of obsessing over the prize, start obsessing over developing a process to get you there. That's right. If you want to obsess over developing a process to get you there. So excellent as always, Thomas. Appreciate this. And go over and give some support to Thomas's Twitter channel over at TraderTPayne. Ava wants to look at RTX. False breakout to the downside, V2, it's okay. Remember, we have earnings coming up over here, so keep that in mind. Looks like on the 27th, would I buy this here? V1 on the weekly. You know, you have a lot of overhead resistance right here, Ava. In this area, right where we're at. Is the risk to reward good? Well, if your risk is down here, halfway of the washout bar, your risk is from here to here. Can you get 2 times that to the upside? You'd have to get you'd have to count on getting up to the 3rd ATR channel. It's okay. I mean, it is a false breakout to the downside. It is a V2 right now anyway. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm just concerned about the risk to reward ratio. That's my biggest concern right there. Paxton, good to see you, buddy. Hope you are having a good day. Looking forward to speaking with you tonight for sure. All right, so before I start looking at new positions, you know, I mention this about every day, but better to look at current positions, managing those correctly before the end of the day gets here. My silver trade's doing great, doing really great, up 6.49% today. Come on, baby, get up to that profit target. It doesn't look like I have to do anything on silver. Budweiser is my monthly trade, up 10.76%. Doesn't look like I have to do anything on Budweiser. CVS having a great day, 2 profit targets, got to trailing stop level, so this makes this trade easy. Doesn't look like I'll have to mess with that. Gold having a great day, 2 profit targets. Just looking for a close below previous day's low, so that doesn't look like that's going to happen. Goldman Sachs getting back to almost close to break even, so that's fantastic. Up 0.84% today, so I don't have to do anything there. Light up on the trade on the weekly, don't have to do anything there. Merck having a great day. Great day on the weekly, don't have to do anything there. SPY, of course, I'm buying SPY at the close for the overnight trade. And VIX, I got out of VIX when it got back to my entry point. So, but I would pick up VIX again if I could get an under 30, over 30. That is for sure. All right. Steve says JD oversold 30 RSI area bounce intraday. All right, let's look at JD. Under 30, over 30. V1 rejection of the negative 3rd ATR channel. Yeah, at 3270, pretty good risk to reward ratio. No doubt about it. Let's see if we have a double bottom and a bullish divergence. We do. Here's a low, deep red MACD bars. We rally to green. We come back. We make a lower low. We have a double bottom and a bullish divergence. All you need now is you need some kind of trigger. And like Steve mentioned, there's the trigger. Under 30, over 30, rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel, and a V1. Looks good. PLTK. PLTK. I don't have a PLTK, Steve. PLTK. Yep, it doesn't pull up on mine. Maybe we switch some letters around there. I don't know. All right. PLTR, I have PLTR. PLTR has a higher low V2 Rejection of the -1 ATR channel. MACD is green. This is pretty good. If I bought this here, I would have a close. My initial stop would be right here. Close below halfway of the washout bar. The washout bar was yesterday's bar right here. It's okay. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. I like the confluence of the support on both levels, and then there's your trigger. So that one's definitely okay. Verizon. Okay, how's my Verizon? All right, so my Verizon short is doing well. I did short here at 58.26. I covered half at 58.18. It's currently 58.15. I'm probably just going to keep this trade because I do like this as a short. We had earnings today, this morning. We have a false breakout from the previous high up here and the false breakout from the high of this range here. We have a V1 to the downside. We rejected the -1 ATR channel, and it was the V1 is lower than this high over here. We're at a 61 RSI level, so we still have some room to move down to the 50. And most importantly, probably, is the double top with the bearish divergence. See how we have the highs here with the tall MACD bars showing lots of momentum. Then we pulled back into red. Now we went equal to or higher, no green whatsoever. And we have a MACD cross under. So my stop will be halfway to the washout bar. Today is the washout bar right about here. So if tomorrow, if I short this and it closes back above this line, I'll just get out. But if it goes down, of course, I'll cover. I may even get all the way down to the 200-day moving average. So the risk to reward looks good to me on this short on Verizon. APPN, double bottom, bullish divergence, rejection of the 200-day moving average, and a V1. All looks pretty good. Little chasey. If you use the 200, because this is a V1, you could also improve your risk to reward ratio by going just here as your stop, halfway to the washout bar. Today is the washout bar. So that's an option. Whenever you take a trade with confluence of indicators, this is a rejection of the 200 and a V1. Of course, if your end of day stop on a 200 will be all the way down here, but that's kind of far away. V1, halfway the washout bar here, 1990. Would make sense. It would just give you a better risk to reward ratio. FLSR has a higher low V2, close back above the 200. Good risk to reward ratio for the 200. MACD went positive. Ava pointed this out. We're in the value zone on the weekly. I don't like that we rejected the downward sloping 50-day. Look what happened here. We pegged it, went down. We pegged it, went down. We're right back at there again. And then IBB has the 530 crossover that we talked about on IBB. Up 1.76% today. MACD, it looks strong. So that looks good. Snow, false breakout to the downside. V1, not bad. Not bad at all. I'd rather have it above 50 RSI, but it hasn't rejected the 50 RSI today. Run, bullish engulfing bar, back above the 250-day moving average. So that gives you a pretty good risk to reward ratio there with that 250-day moving average. So that gives you a good risk to reward ratio. And if it runs, it might run all the way up here, to $59. That one actually looks pretty good. Has the 50-day above it as resistance. Lemonade, big strong move up on Lemonade. It just looks too chasey for me at this point. We're at a 44 RSI, 50 RSI is going to be about right here. Your stop would be down here. Double bottom, bullish divergence, but yeah, I think the train's left on this one. Who knows? It could go running, but in my mind, maybe a little chasey. Light speed, it's okay. It's okay. I'd have to watch that 50 RSI. Square negative now. Well, we had a big run on Square. We have pulled back into the value zone. If I just could get another day sidewards and then a nice V1, V2 to the downside and move back up, that's where I would be buying Square. Better than buying Square up here, better to buy in the value zone, but I still want to see it move sideways and give me some kind of actual trigger. It did reject the 50 RSI today. You could use that as a trigger. That's usually not enough for me to buy though. Netflix, oh boy. Well, good reason not to hold through earnings. Good example because this got hammered. It's down 7.7% today. Opened down, tried to go back up, got rejected at the 200-day moving average. You know, I might take a look at Netflix if it rejects the 250 and the negative third ATR channel confluence down here. That would make sense to me. But the rejection, you know, if it goes up and closes back above the 200, then you could buy it like here. That would have been a great risk to reward ratio. I think we took this trade, right? Yep. But it's just in purgatory right now, in my opinion. AMCX just kind of building a base here. V2, it's okay. Only 244,000 shares traded, so not enough for me. UNP, Union Pacific, no, I don't see anything there. HQY, nice higher low V2, 520 crossover, but it's right at the 1 ATR channel. It's right where we had resistance again, and there's only 153,000 shares traded. Box, just moving sideways, nothing really too exciting there for me. BEKE, KE Holdings, I don't see anything there. And Skills, big day, big under 30, over 30, but this just looks like it's run away too much right now. All right, let me take care of a little business here. Okay, that takes care of that. PLTR, pretty decent. Higher low V2, 48, 41. Weekly. I like my short on Verizon probably better than anything here. AAPN, good. Double bottom, bullish divergence, rejection of the 200-day. Again, you have two options here. Close below halfway, the washout bar. If you use the V1 methodology, if you use the rejection of the 200, then you're giving it more room to breathe, but you're also giving a larger risk here. We're still below the negative 1 ATR channel. We have rejected the low over here. I think I'll pass on that one. FSLR, we're right at the 50. Honestly, I think I'm going to pass on that one as well. And IBB has the 530 EMA crossover that Steve mentioned. That one actually probably is my most likely long today if I take a long position, but So under over 50, V2, and the 530 crossover. I just see these up here and it just looks like a lot of resistance to me. So I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do. I think I will buy IBB, but I'll buy a half a position. And if it comes back, then I can go ahead and reload it. So I'm going to buy a half a position of IBB. And I am going to short Verizon. All right, so I'm going to put, I can get rid of Apple, IBB. Yeah, so IBB with the 530 EMA crossover, but a 1/2 position. And then I am already short from Verizon from earlier today at 58.26. So pretty good so far on Verizon. So that's what I'm going to do. I had earnings this morning, Nigma. I checked it earlier. It was earnings this morning. Am I incorrect? I Googled it and I took a look. It was Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah. I don't see much on AMC Network here, to be honest with you. HQY, I think I looked at that one. Oh yeah, this looks really good, Kamal, but it's only 156,000 shares traded. But I do like it. It's a higher low V1 and a 520 crossover. I do like that. TTD. No sideways motion on TTD. We just came down and we bounced. No sideways motion whatsoever. Kamal says Boeing. False breakouts to the downside in V1. I don't know. I don't like the 50-day above. All right, Steve's long PLTK. I think that's the one I can't pull up. Steve's long IBB. Steve's long INDA, which is the India ETF. So okay, I will get those all updated when the market's closed. Facebook has nice return to value, Tracy. Nice sideways motion. I definitely would be looking to buy Facebook, but I need a V1 or a V2 to trigger me into the trade first. Remember? Five minutes to go, everybody. VIX is below 10 now. Wow. So again, I'm buying a half a position of IBB, and I'm already in my short position on Verizon. Two minutes to go. One minute to go. Goldman Sachs making a high on the day. That's good. All right, that is that for the day. All right, let's see where I got everything today. I bought SPY today at 416.07. I bought IBB at 154.50. That's a half position. And then I sold short Verizon at 58.09. All right, so big day today on the metals for us. That's good. So on SPY, 416.07. So that's the new overnight SPY trade level. I'll sell that first thing tomorrow. Take the overnight risk, and ideally sell it into a gap. Who knows? We'll see. IBB, I bought at 154.50. 50. With the 530 EMA crossover. All right. And then Verizon, I shorted Verizon. Oh, that was in the other account. Yeah. All right. So yeah, me personally, I'm short from 58.26 because I shorted in the other account. So that's where I'm short from. 58.26 on that day trade, and it's 56.14. So, all right, 12 cents in the money on that. The stop is going to be halfway the washout bar. The washout bar this time was to the downside. So this red line here, tomorrow, if I get it closed back above, just going to have to get out for a loss. And if it heads down, I'll just trail it on the way down. So if any of you, any of my students, that is, have any new positions, new entries or exits that you would like me to update on the board, this would be the time to do it. Just go ahead, put them in there. I just need to talk about three quick business points, if you don't mind. But first, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I do a really good job. I know I teach a really good course. The course I teach is one-on-one, just you and I, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's long form. So it's a total of 15 hours. And in each session, I teach you each one of my 5 different trading approaches. I teach you step by step exactly how to do it. Don't have to have even traded before. I promise you, I have spent so many hundreds or thousands of hours putting these things together that, the cost is $1,750, but what you get and the personal attention, all the experience and all the brain power that has gone into putting these together, I mean, it's a great deal. And I know you're going to be a better trader when you're done. I just know it. So if you're interested, all you have to do is send me an email. Email's in the description of this video, or you can send me a message on Twitter. And if you do, just say, hey, Greg, I'm possibly interested in taking your one-on-one course. I will reply back, say, great, let's have a Skype call. The Skype call's free. I just want to learn more about you, about your trading, your challenges, your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me questions. And then when we're done with the call, you can just think about it as long as you want, obviously. And then if you decide you want to schedule it, write me back and we'll get it scheduled and we will do it. And I know you're going to like it. Number 2, I do have a new online course available on udemy.com. The link is in the description. The course is 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos, 15 study guides, and I teach you step by step the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, which I use all the time. It's one of my favorite ones. It's a great course. It's super affordable. It's like $12 to $15 on Udemy. And I promise you, if you take that course and learn the principles that I teach in that course, it's going to help you in all sorts of different type of trading. But this one specifically for the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, which again is one of my favorites. So the link's in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could just hit the thumbs up button before you boogie on out of here. If you found something that was helpful for you today or in the past days, that's all I ask. It really helps out the channel, helps keep the channel around, helps YouTube know that there's some valuable content here, so they will continue to share it. Okay, that's enough of all my housekeeping business stuff. So let's get to, now, I don't know, Steve, if I have this one, PLTK. No, I can't put that one on the board for you, Steve. Sorry, it doesn't pull up for me on my platform. So you'll have to remind us tomorrow how that one's doing. Okay, long IBB, that one we have. $154.26. With the 530 EMA cross. Okay, we got that one, Steve. Also long INDA, which is the India INDA. All right. 39.56. Good. Already in the money. Nice going, Steve. 39.56 for Steve with the V1. I like that it formed the V1 also. Rejection of the -6 ATR channel and the bounce near the 30. So that's Steve. Okay, Tracy Peterson is an IBB. Okay, CGC. Oh, no. CGC. Ooh, it's windy here. And INDA along with Steve. Okay. Okay, good luck with those trades. Speak to you tonight. Lilia is in APPN. Oh Lord, don't do this to me. I think my computer, I think my charts froze. 1 second. Yep, they did. So what I'm gonna do is take a picture of my screen. Darn it, everybody. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write everyone's stuff down because this is gonna be hard to get back up. Okay, so IBB 154.26 for Steve. INDA 39.56 for Steve. All right. Tracy has IBB, CGC, and INDA. Yep. That's definitely going to crash. Lilia is in APPN. Frank is in IBB. So I'll get this updated after. Sorry, I can't do it now. It's going to take a minute to. I can just do it this way, and I'll have it all perfect for you tomorrow. And that's a half position for Frank. Kamal, no trades today. All right. Well, shucks. That's how it went. Let's see what's happening after hours. AGQ's unchanged, Bud's unchanged, CVS is down a penny, gold is down 3 cents, Goldman Sachs is down 23 cents, IBB is unchanged, Merck is unchanged. What are the indexes doing? Oh, S&P, or the SPY is down 70 cents already. So do we have some earnings? Chipotle smashes estimates CMG. So Frank has that. Let's see how's Frank's doing. Oh, how rude. The stock's down on that good news. Darn it. Shoot. All right. So I think, okay, I got Steve's stuff, IBB, India, Tracy, IBB, CGC, INDA, Lilia in APPN, Frank in IBB, half position. So yeah, I think that's about it. So, oh, TTD. Sorry, Brian. I if you're still there, I can't check the charts now because if I touch it, it's going to crash. So I'll just have to wait till after the podcast to get it taken care of. Sorry about that. I told you earlier it felt like it felt a little unstable. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can do this though. Hey, I can do this. You know, I always like to leave you off with this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is from Martin Kornfeld. That's just good advice. If we could all do it every day, just this little group, it would have a wave effect that would impact a lot of people's lives positively. So let's just go out, make it a goal every day just to do one nice random act of kindness. Hold the door open, help somebody with their bags, you know, just something. Just be pleasant at the very least. And if you could also go out and try to do something nice for an animal, that would also be wonderful. I've had animals all my life. I'm very close to animals, and I can tell you they appreciate an act of kindness just as much as a human. So it helps the animal, it helps the human. It should make you feel good. It's a win-win-win all around. So I always like to leave everybody off with this little saying here. Okay. All right. Anyone have anything else to share? Anything they've noticed in after hours markets? Any jokes? Anything? Lova says, I've been unavoidably absent for almost all of class today. I'll be backing the video up to the beginning. Thank you in advance, sort of, Greg. I hope everyone has a great day. Well, thank you, Lova. That's nice. And I'm very proud of you, Lova, for the great analysis that you've been doing recently. You're looking for all the different confluences, you know, under 50, over 50s, V1s, V2s, over the 50-day moving average, crossovers. You're looking on multiple time frames, not just for good things, but also, you know, for maybe some red flags as well. So very proud of you, Lovey. You have come a long, long way, and you picked out that great Angie's List trade for a few people in here that was up 14 or 16 or something percent, which I'm pretty sure they would not have had without you. So thank you. And I'm sure they thank you as well. Lova says confluence, one signal. One signal equals not Gregorian. Two signals, totally hamburgers. Three signals, completely hamburgers. Four signals, wholly hamburgers. Holy hamburgers, you're right. That's the big one. That's the big one for sure. Okay. So I bought SPY. I bought IBB, half position. Sold short Verizon. Put a little short position on there. I can't even pull it up on the screen, unfortunately. What's it doing after hours? All right. It's down a penny. That's good news. That's good news. Lova says, that's the closest thing I have to a joke. Perfect. Hey, man, A for effort, and it was funny as well, for sure. All right, I'm teaching tonight, so Tracy and Paxton, looking forward to that as always. I'm going to go for a little hike, although it's cold and windy and blustery and nasty outside, so I'll still go. I'll still go. Check it out, get the blood pumping a little bit, come back, grab some food, get all set for Tracy and Paxton. Oh, Enigma says, yes, yep, for Verizon. Oh, AT&T is tomorrow. I see. That makes sense. So that might have an effect as well, but Verizon did have earnings and they were down today. So who knows? Always scary taking a little short position, but things don't always go up, everyone, right? And I have plenty of long positions: Goldman Sachs, Light, Merck, SPY, IBB. So throwing a little Verizon in there, not to be short just to be short, but it's a valid signal. False breakout to the upside, V1 to the downside, rejection to the -1 ATR channel, didn't react well to earnings. See what I mean? So that's how I kind of stir it all up and make sense of it all. So okay, I think that is it. I hope to see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a good day. Be good, be safe. Remember how I told you that don't forget garbage is Wednesday? I almost forgot last night. I had to go running out of my robe. I was like, I'd be so embarrassed if the group knew that I told them tomorrow's garbage and I didn't take it out. But I remembered, thankfully. So that's the closest thing I have to a joke right now as well. So be good to yourself the rest of the day. Drive safe, be happy, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for coming, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.